Hello YouTube, this is Bash bringing you here for quarterfinals of BPL King Division Season 11. Yes, we made it in to playoffs after having a kind of like a dip mid-season in like my gameplay. It was pretty rough for us. So, but we were able to get back on the horse. So hopefully that can help us push through, because we went on a 3-game winning streak at the end to help push us into playoffs. So hopefully we can keep that up and pull a dub against our opponent, who is Chungus, who coaches the Cape Cod Comfies. They are also 6-3, but they have a better differential at +7. I'm at +4. Surprisingly, yeah, a lot of the teams were actually 6-3, like going to playoffs. So from 2nd to 5th seed, we were all 6-3. It's just a matter of differential for that purpose. So kind of a crazy, by the way, end of this last week, because the team that didn't make it in because of hacks, which was like crazy. That was like like, oh my god. So yeah. And what even really sucks is that, like, for them, is because there was the forfeit too at the end, because that could have potentially changed something. If it was like one less differential, they could have actually been switched around. But yeah, let's go into some of the Chungus team. But before I do so, I don't know much about Chungus, but I do know Chungus from Sketch, because my homie Sketch played him in the playoffs, right? And Sketch got hacked out, by the way, by Chungus in playoffs of that other league that they played in, which was really unfortunate for Sketch. But it's something I need to keep in mind. The Chungus is a good player, and they have a monster team. So I actually got sniped up with them on one of the picks too. So, but yeah, they do have like playoff experience, and they're a good player. If they've beaten Sketch, they're a good player. So. Yeah, let's go into that matchup. And I luckily for now, because of the playoffs, I could go more into depth of the matchup that I kind of see, or like my building at least per se, because we're not going to play them again. So matchup coming up on your screen, where they have Great Tusk, G So King, Mega Aerodactyl, Clefable, Rotom Heat, Terra Hydreigon, Escavalier, Ambipom, Terra Mantine, and Charjabug. My teams consist of Palafin, Terra Iron Boulder, Cobalion, Terra Shaman, Screamtail, Alolan Muck, Donphan, Mega Ampharos, Armarouge, Golbat, and Type Null. Now, this matchup, not gonna lie, very rough, and there's a couple reasons because why that. Like, first off, the main ones I want to point out. Mantine actually is really annoying for Palafin because of the fact that Terra Ghost could wall most sets of Palafin because of water absorb. So it's really difficult for me to deal with, but it also, in its own way, functions as a way to deal with things like, helps to deal with things like Armarouge, right? Because Armarouge can't really hit it too hard unless it clicks Side Shock, but then there's Hydreigon on the other side too. And then even then, Psyshock doesn't do enough, to be honest. But then there's also, it could also deal with like things like Mega Ampharos. Oh no, I meant if Mantine tears into an electric type, then it deals Mega Ampharos too. So depending on that Terra type, it could be really annoying. And it could probably help deal with Shaman too, depending on the Terra too. So I need to keep that in mind. Clefable is the other one that's really annoying for my team because of the fact that like Unaware is really good, I think, against me. It's really difficult for me to break through, especially for like I'm gonna have to probably use Palafin to try to break through, but then there's also Mantine with that, so like that gets water absorbed, so I'm gonna have to play some mind games with that. So I want to keep that in mind. But yeah, that's a very scary situation that we could possibly have here. Something to also note is that Great Tusk is really like kind of can be very scary to switch into, but at the same time I could see it becoming a defensive set too to help against like Cobalion and stuff like that. So, and Donphan. So we'll have to see what kind of like comes around with that. And then G King is also really annoying. So like for my team too, the combination of G King Mantine just kind of deals with a lot of my special attackers. So it's like going to be very difficult for me to break through that. But yeah. And then on top of it, we got to worry about webs, and then like things like Mega Aerodactyl that can be really scary for my team. So, yeah. yeah, let's go into the match. Like, let's go into more of depth of like what I think I see them bringing. Um, Particularly, I expect the Great Tusk, Clefable, um, Hydreigon, and G King are 100% coming, right? I think Mega Aerodactyl should come against me too. That gives us 5, and I think Mantine will come as well because of Palafin to the spot, unless the Hydreigon decides to tear water or something like that. That's the only thing I think of that could probably help with it, but other than that, I think that's probably what's going to happen. I do think that there's a possibility that some of the mons could be switched out if they feel like they have enough with Hydreigon to deal with enough to deal with Palafin. They might not bring Mantine and bring like things like a Scavalier or Rotom Heat. But I don't think Rotom Heat is a great bring. I guess it could be good for getting momentum on the Mega Ampharos probably coming in or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't feel that great. And an Escavalier could be interesting to help pressure the team, but pressure the team at least offensively, because offensively it could be really scary against my team. Donphan's probably the best answer in Cobalion I have against it, so or maybe Palafin too. So yeah, just some things I want to keep in mind. And they could also bring webs, which is another thing, because I haven't really brought removal too much this season, so I need to keep that in mind, at least in this matchup. So yeah, let's go into sort of the team I am bringing for this week. And that should be appearing on the screen now. So we're leading off with Donphan here. So right now this is like my way of dealing with webs. They don't have a ghost type on their team, so Rapid Spin should be pretty free against them. I also have Sturdy, right, so I could get the webs off no matter what. But I'm also running Pasha. Now Pasha was really nice because it allows me to take, I believe it was a dual wing beat into a Aqua Tail, which I expected to be the coverage for my Donphan. I don't know why else they wouldn't bring that. Ice Fang doesn't really look too good against my team. I feel like Aqua Tail is so much better. Unless they're scared about the Mega Airforce, but Mega Airforce is better to just click Earthquake against anyway. So that's something to keep in mind. But let me just double check. I'm pretty sure that was the calc for Adamant Mega Aerodactyl too, because I don't think they have any reason not to run it. I guess if they want to run bulky, but I think it was doing beat. Yeah, dual wing beat into Aqua Tail is fine, and also Aqua Tail into Aqua Tail, I'll be fine to live that as well, with the Pasha Bear, which is really nice in case they want to make a prediction on the Donphan coming in. I can put some pressure on with the Stone Edge as well, which is really nice, and I have Roar for things like set up Clefable, set up G King, set up Hydreigon if it's Dragon Dance, which is a possibility too. Especially if it's like a Terra Steel set, I get walled by it, right? Or Terra Fighting, so I need to keep that in mind. But yeah, that's what the set we're going with. I think this is really good for the bigger Aerodactyl. It can help with Great Tusk as well a little bit, chip it down, put some pressure on like G King and be a pivot to Escavalier. So it does a lot of different things, which is really nice this matchup. But yeah, next we're going to Iron Boulder. Iron Boulder is going to be Terra Rock this game. I couldn't decide what I want to do, but I ended up going with Terra Rock because I feel like their Rock Resist are not that great this game. Their Rock Resist is literally Great Tusk, so that's why I was thinking like if I could get any chip off on Great Tusk, that makes it a lot better because Psycho Cut is really nice for Great Tusk, and also if that Hydreigon is Terra Fighting, which I don't think it should be because of the fact that it's Great Tail, but Psycho Cut is really nice for that. And also, Close Combat's really good for Terra Steel Hydreigon. I feel like Close Combat's a lot better in case they do have like because of the Levitate Terra Steel situation. But yeah, we're Swords Dance with Booster Energy. I wanted the Booster Energy to outspeed Mega Aerodactyl to revenge it in case of like Palafin is like weakened or something like that. But this could work as a win con too. On top of that, if that Mega Aerodactyl is gone, I could also just I don't need the booster unless there's a scarf for that I don't know about, but because we actually outspeed their next fastest mon at Ambipom, so that's something to keep in mind. But Terra Rock, Mighty Cleave means that I could have a roll to two-shot if it's Def Unaware Clefable. So that's the best I'm going to do without running like a coverage for it, and I can't run. I don't think I have room to run a coverage on it if I want to run an SD on it. So that's something to keep in mind, at least in this right now. So, but yeah, feel pretty good. It could. I might just use it for more breaking potential, depending on or like a revenge situation for like D Dance her Dragon. So need to keep that in mind going into this game. But yeah, next we got Palfid. Palfid is Jet Punch, Throat Chop, Wave Crash, Bulk Up. Now you're looking at it and being like, well, "What?" Now we're resistant on both sides on for the Hydreigon, right? And that is technically true, but Wave Crash still does a butt ton. Wave Crash still hits incredibly hard. So I kind of was like, you know what, like that could be still. I think that's still worth in this match right now. Especially since there's a chance that Hydreigon might even tear out of the situation. And even getting Hydreigon weakened is really nice. Even so, I like +1. I can it's a roll for a 2-shot if they're max HP leftovers, right? So that's for Wave Crash the 2-shot. So that's something to keep in mind. I really like that. I'm also running enough speed to outspeed Hydreigon, which is another thing to also note. So I can outspeed that. That means I outspeed Great Tusk. Meaning the only things that outspeed me are Ambipom, Mega Aerodactyl, and Jet Punch is both really good for them. So like if Mantine tries to pivot on, that's fine. I'm hoping they are Terra Ghost with the set I'm running because I'm running Throat Chop is the best way to hit it. I don't think they should be Terra Fairy, and I don't think they'll be Terra Fighting. I don't think they should be Terra Fighting at all. Because Terra Fighting is a really not a great idea for a brain, to be honest. Because I could still like Drain Punch, like bulk up Drain Punch on that kind of situation. But if they're Terra Fairy, it's like kind of annoying. But the best way that Mantine has the way to deal with me is by like statusing me. So like it's like its own way, I guess. Like it is what it is. But yeah, I expect Terra Ghost, so that this throw chuck could be really important. It also prevents roar, which is really nice too. If in case they are like a roar like defensive Hydreigon, I could like take advantage of that. But yeah, I thought that was the best way to do it. But I think this like at this point, I like as it's more of like just trying to predict their Terra. But I could see also Ghost in case they want to be like a spin blocker for Donphan because of like if they want sticky webs up this game. So that's something I need to keep in mind. But yeah, that's the set we're going with Palafin. Yeah, hopefully can put in the work here. Next we got Alola Muck. Now, Alola Muck has like a very interesting set. So first off, it lives a +1 Earthquake Jolly Hydreigon set, non-item boosting. With this set, then on top of that, with the poison and item gone, Mantine Terra Ghost is 2-shot by knockoff, which is really nice as well. So that's really no. This is also here to help with Clefable. In case they are Terra Steel, I have Haze on this because then because if they've been watching any of my replays or games, they might notice I've been running Clear Smog like a lot, and it makes sense with the AV set. But Haze would make sure that like I could deal with that with the Terra Steel. But that's something to keep in mind. I also really like Pursuit Trap for the G Slowking or the Mantine to weaken that down or get poisons on them, which could be really clutch. But yeah, I think this is really good. I don't think they really have that many special like wands I need to switch into with this. The really ones I really need to pay attention to is G Slowking, Clefable, Hydreigon. I guess Mantine as well if you want to count it in Brotom Heat, but like I don't see them as like scary as some of the other mons. Their physical threats I feel like are really scary, and Hydreigon could easily be D-Dance, which is also in its own way scary. So yeah, that's the set we're going with. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Especially with the support I'm getting it. So next we go into our another win con. Now this actually is a really weird set. Now, so Cobalion is Iron Defense, Body Press, Heavy Slam, Sword Stance. Now this is like the weirdest set because of the fact that I have like dual setup in Iron Defense and Sword Stance. But I do have like a reasoning behind it, right? So Iron Defense, Body Press is like my main idea for the win con because I think it's really good against this team. But the only thing it's not really good against is the G Slowking, which is why I have heavy or Sword Stance Heavy Slam, so I can take it, so I can still hit it that way. Sword Stance Heavy Slam, I believe at +2, we 2-shot max HP G King with the +2 heavy slot, which is really nice. On top of that, Heavy Slam I think always 2 shots unaware Clef, which is really nice with this investment. So, and I threw a bunch of like into Spit F, and then the 4 I just threw into HP because I literally didn't change any other calc otherwise. So we have enough speed to outspeed Hydreigon, which is really nice. And I think this could be a really good win con. I just need to figure out a way to set it up correctly. The plan is to probably set it up against things like Mega Aerodactyl, because they might probably going to switch Ambipom 100%. Could see me setting up on like Clefable, and Escavalier, those kind of things. That's what I was kind of expecting to set up on, but we'll have to see how the game plays out from there. But luckily the thing is like I could still I could use this to break, but then I could still bring it back a little bit with the last one because I could get like some support from it, and that is Screamtail here now. This last slot I was debating between Golbat and Screamtail for like the longest time because Screamtail makes, well, if I go Golbat, I'm literally going all physically offensive sets. This Golbat set I was going to go with, which I still could, and I could still switch it around, and I was like a Roost, Taunt, Super Fang, dual Wing Beat set to be able to like weaken down their team. It also provided me with another great Tusk switch in, but I felt like the Wish support is really nice, and I was also scared about Hydreigon getting out of control if I didn't have if I did have what's it called, the Golbat, because I would outspeed it and it could set up on me. So that's something to keep in mind. So that's why I went with Golbat. Went without Golbat, but I still could switch it around. I just felt like Screamtail has been like pretty solid this last couple of games, and I feel like it could be really good for supporting things like Cobalion, Alolan and Donphan, keeping them healthy. I also really like the Encore tech because of the fact that it could keep them from doing two like weird things with like Clefable, G-Soaking kind of thing. I could Encore into stuff, which is really nice, or like Tusk, or even Hydreigon. I actually live a +1. I believe it's a +1. Let me just double check because this is kind of important. Hydreigon. Oh, wait, so this also lives a heavy, I believe 2 headlong rushes from Jolly, Great Tusk, and I think it's a roll for Animate. So I also take 67 to 82%, 80% from Jolly +1 Terrablast Steel. Hydreigon I can Encore it, or I always live at Adamant too, as long as it's not item boosting. So this is something I wanted to keep in mind at least for the match, because that means I can still pivot around and get into like Cobalion and start setting up if it's locked into Terrablast, because if that's the case, if it's like Terra Steel, which I expect it to be, I could take advantage of that and get in Cobalion, and Cobalion could just honestly destroy their team depending on the set. I could get a free Iron Defense off on the Hydreigon, which is really nice if that's the case. But yeah, kind of nervous going to this game. I really don't think this is a good matchup. As part of the reason why I didn't want to play it, this team to face against. I feel like there's a lot of parts that are just really difficult for my team to try to break through or deal with, and then also deal with defensively. So, but yeah, I think we are doing probably the best we could with it. We'll just have to see what happens with this. But yeah, let's cut to the match. Okay, we are back. Good luck. Have fun. They're Terra Psychic. Okay, I called it. Let's go. Okay. So they have Great Tusk. Mantine. Terra Psychic. Hydreigon's Terra Dark. Interesting. Clefable. Hydreigon. Terra Dark. And G-King. Mega Arrow. Okay. That's a pretty good situation for me. I'm going to leave Palafin anyway. Just because I want to get that off as soon as possible. Because now Palafin actually looks pretty good if I could if I could weaken that Hydreigon. They are Terra Psychic though, which is really interesting to know. Which is really nice because I can Pursuit Trap it maybe? They go lead Tusk. Okay. I'm immediately going out to Screamtail, I think, then, if that's the case. I think it's the play. They lead Great Tusk. Very interesting. Let's see what they go for. They knock off. Can I tell anything from that damage? Their knockoff. Knock. Versus Screamtail. 27%. So they're probably okay, their max attack. Does Heavy Slam take me out the next turn? It does not. I could Wish here. Doesn't take me out. I'll just Protect, I guess. Or I could Encore. I don't know if that's worth, though. I'm just Protect. See what they want to go for. They knock off their max attack. Adamant. Heavy Slam. I figured that was kind of the set I was thinking was going to come. Maybe a Golbat was better. But like then again, I would have been knocked off already. So... Chip or do I want... I think I want Chip. Yeah, I'm just gonna Dazzle Gleam. That's a Assault Vest, there's no way. That did so little. I live too? Fantastic. And... I think I get the Wish up. Can Cobalion put in the work here? I don't know yet. I think I just Wish here. That did so little though. Screamtail. That's definitely a Assault Vest. Right? Yeah. That's definitely AV. Okay, if that's the case. How much? Okay. It's in range of +2 Psychic. What's it called? Psycho Cut. It's ideally the best play here. Is it to get more damage off in this? I don't have any special attackers, so it's not really the big deal. I think I just Wish here. Yeah. They do take me out here with that. And I think I just go Palafin now and just bulk up. No matter what. This should be pretty free-ish. They go Mantine. Okay. So I just gotta hope. If they're Terra Psychic... Do I kill it after a +2? I can. Let me bulk up again. See what they go for. They do Toxic. I'm gonna Throat Chop. Sorry. And I'm just gonna Throat Chop again. The Toxic Hurricane. This is getting a little scary though. But that's dead. That's fantastic. So now water moves are so spammable here. They probably go into Hydreigon, I'm assuming. Which, to be honest, like Wave Cast into Jet Punch take that out here, unless it's bulky. And they're not tearing. They go Clefable. They have to be unaware, I think. Is this worth taking like all this damage off on it? I think it is. Let me just Wave Crash. Okay. And I'm going to go into a little muck here. You know what though? Like late game, this like kind of goes in. I think I want to save this around though for Mega Aerodactyl for Jet Punch here. Okay, so this is like 68%, so not fully Fizz Def. Actually, they're probably like bold and like Spadef, maybe. Yeah. I'm gonna knock off here. Aware. Mixed. Fence. Get the poison, that's really nice. And now I get to go straight into Donphin here. And let's see what they want to go for here. I am going to Stone Edge. Nice. That does nothing, by the way. I'm going a little muck here. What does he go for? The nasty plot? Nasty plot. That sucks. Yeah, that actually really sucks. Wonder what they're. Oh, yeah, that would have been really good against me. Are they Earth Power? I'm assuming. Do I just Poison Jab? I think. Get it low. They got Poison Jab. Yeah. It's gonna do nothing. Oh, sorry. Okay. That did nothing. Is this like Fizz Def? This is like really bulky. I'm just gonna. I should be lefty, so I should. Ooh. No, I need a extra Poison Jab. I'm just gonna Poison Jab again. And I go out to Cobalion. I think I have to go out to Cobalion. Body Press. I will say, like, right now, I literally... Clefairy was the only annoying thing right now. I'm just gonna Body Press. I don't see any reason not to do that. Yeah, okay. And they probably go out to Donphan. Body Press did how much? 8%. So they're Fizz Def. Probably. Yeah, they're Fizz Def. Okay. I'm gonna Swords Dance, I think. And Heavy Slam, they're Scald, which is kind of annoying. Wow, this is actually a really annoying set. They Chili? They're Scald, Yawn, Chili. That's a crazy set, by the way. And they go out to Hydreigon, and they probably get a free Roost. I'm gonna Roar. Yeah. And predicting the play out, I'm gonna go to Cobalion. Or Stone Edge. I think actually, you know, we're gonna Stone Edge. Kind of wish I had rocks right now, but it is what it is. Right now though, I don't need the if I get rid of this, I don't need the Stone Edge. Or Roar again. I wish I doubled actually. That would have been so good right there. I'm just gonna Stone Edge again. This time make the play out to Cobalion. Actually, no, Pterodarking, yeah. Oh, dude, if I get the... This time I'm going into Cobalion here. Oh, they didn't Plague the Plague? Ah! That kind of sucks a little bit, but it's fine. I'm gonna go back into Donphin here. Now, if the off chance they don't kill, I'm just gonna roar. I think the problem is I'm losing. Okay, perfect. Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna roar. That's probably really not good, to be honest, because they're probably max. Does this take... This obviously takes me out, right? Rapid spin? Oh, it doesn't. Wait, no, that's Iron Boulder. Okay. Do I go Palafin and just Wave Crash? I don't know. What's this end game here? I can't set up in G King either. That's the problem. Can Iron Boulder set up on Aerodactyl? Cannot. Do I even need the setup though? It's literally just for this. They have to be Earthquake this game, right? This is gonna be really tough. Ugh. I don't know what to do here. I don't know if I break Clefable or G King without it. Uh, I think I go Palafin and just Wave Crash, I think. Because then I'll kill something. And Cobalion could potentially be a win con at the end game, to be honest. I think I do, yeah. I'm just gonna Wave Crash. I think I need to. It's a played it. Yeah, no, it's never the play to. The play's Wave Crash. Okay, they sack off Hydreigon. I survived, that's crazy. Wait, that's actually so crazy, because I still get another hit off on something. I'm going to go Cobalion here. I see the end game possibly. I just gotta hope. I think the end game is the Sludge Bomb. On a Swords Dance. Scald. I'm gonna heavy slam. Heavy slam here and then iron defense, I think. Heavy slam. Oh, I should have ironed. If I ironed defense, I think I won. I could have won. Ooh. Actually, no, because he just goes G King again. Okay, there's Scald Sludge Bomb. Yeah, I definitely die to this here. Damn, if I... I think I'm just gonna body press on the off chance. I guess I gotta go for the SD and hope that... Well, with this dead, I don't need the... I could save the booster. But I need the SD for Tusk is the issue. I think I body press. Yeah. I die there. They double down, which is actually really bad for me. I think I got a Palafin here. Yeah. The OG King. I think I just wave crash here. Hit as hard as possible. Damn, if I was Terra Psychic, I might have actually... That doesn't even kill. That's crazy. Okay. I think they have it. I should have gotten the Dazzling Gleam. If I got the Dazzling Gleam off on Tusk, I could have possibly brought this game back. Can't hope for a choke, though. I'm just gonna Mighty Cleave. Yeah. If they're not Earthquake, which they should be. Oh, they're Clefable. Are they Thunderwave? I think I SD, so I always one-shot. I'm gonna SD in case. Damn. If I miss again, if they miss again, I win. Basically. Yeah, that's game. Okay, that's game. Yeah. Oh, actually, is there any chance we outspeed still? We do. Wait. Do we? Damn. GG. I'm so sorry about the miss. That's really brutal. Yeah, I know. That was a brutal game. I'm gonna be honest. We got lucky to get through that game. Oh man. Sorry, bro. Yeah. Yeah. That was just brutal. Oh man. But we do move on to semis. I did make the protect right play with throat chop, which is really good for the Mantine. I didn't expect Terra Psychic though. Um, I'm I'm sure they're upset about the um. I'm gonna react with the Clover because that was a Clover. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, Chungus. That end game was really rough. Yeah, they left. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. That was a rough game, specifically with like that T wave. I mean, okay, to be fair, right? I still had sped, but it was more of like the poison plus like everything else. Um, so I guess like, because they were like bold and they weren't killing me, and I always outsped, but they could have tried to stall out the Mighty Cleaves, which was more of the issue, I think. What was the Mighty Cleave damage? 58% to 53%, 51%. So I got min rolled the first time. Some weird Spadef set, maybe? Oh, maybe it's like some like 204 defense-ish, maybe. Um, but yeah, we move on to semifinals. Somehow. I did not think we were playing that game that well. um, but Boulder clutches it up for us because, you know, that's what it does. I actually am glad now that I ran Terra Rock. I thought in the game at the end of the game I thought Terra Psycho was going to be the throw, but I think what they should have done is gone out to Great Tusk unless they didn't have Earthquake. If they were CC, then that's the issue. Um, yeah, I think that was probably probably what they needed. If they were like a fighting coverage instead, I think that was why. Which I don't understand. I don't know if that is the play. It could be. Yeah, I guess it would make sense more for Shaman because otherwise you don't really hit Shaman at the moment. So it probably was CC. If that's the case, I'm just gonna check the calcs real quick. Close combat did not actually kill. Okay, that makes so much more sense. But then, even then, if you go into it close combat, then Clefable kills the next turn. Yeah. Oh well. GG again, Chungus. Sorry about some of the hacks that happened in that game. Sorry about that, especially the Thunderwave miss, which could have meant that they could have stalled out. And also the poisons with like from Alolan Muck. Although to be honest, I think it was like Poison Jab into, which is like a 30% chance, and then Alolan Muck Poison Touch was, I believe, also 30%. So it was pretty it was like a flinch chance almost per se, from like a Jirachi kind of thing. So ish, I guess. But yeah, we move on to semifinals. I don't know who I'm playing yet, but I want to thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, Bash out.